Having sat in the opposition for 8 years and looking at what they created before COVID-19 and what they left for us as a government shows very clearly that they lacked economic vision. They left a country with a huge debt burden that we are now, as a coalition government, in the last 2 years, we have stabilized our economy. We have shown that our economic policies have been resilient, stable, consistent, which has created a lot of confidence in the economy, and the economic growth that we are now seeing, the economic activity we are now seeing, investment levels that we are seeing now is a direct result of a very carefully crafted policy of the coalition government compared to what Fiji first did. And for Seruiratu to now come out and say that they will work towards economic stability and reducing inflation. In fact, when we came into government, the inflation rate, some as a result of COVID, some as a result of failed policies before COVID, was very, very high. Last year, 2024, recorded year-to-year lowest inflation compared to or since 2021. So I don't know, it's quite hypocritical for that group who were part of the government that created economic instability, that left the country with a debt level, of almost more than 90% of GDP, to talk about bringing or restoring economic stability and reducing inflation. They should actually commend the coalition government in terms of the economic stability that we brought about, the reforms that we did in the first budget. In the last budget, we have created a situation, and for years they were in government. What was the minimum wage? How much did they raise the minimum wage over the 8 years and before that Bainimarama led Fiji? For 2014, audit reports were never produced, never presented. I was elected as the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee after 2014 election, and when we started digging in, looking at the audit reports from 2007 to 2010, 11, 2013, they didn't like the inquiry that we were doing. So they all came together, voted for a change in the standing orders to get me out. And all these people who were standing there talking about transparency and accountability in their plans to form a party, that is the kind of hypocrisy that we continue to see. There are so many examples. I mean, the debacle with the removal of the Auditor General, passing laws, legislations. If you look at, Vijay, what you had before 2023, under the previous government, of which all these people who are part of a group now trying to form a party were party to it. They actually supported the lack of transparency and accountability. They sat there, they didn't utter a word, when we in the opposition constantly reminded them as government ministers and as backbenchers and as people who are part of the committees. And it is not only hilarious, but I find this the height of hypocrisy coming from a group that now wants to form a party talking about transparency and accountability.